What's up, Exploders? Welcome back. Today we're looking at a training system. I got my buddy Dick Butt here, aka Kyle, and I'll give you a quick overview of what's in the box, and then we're gonna take it outside and try it on a few different platforms and see if it's applicable for Airsoft and if it can help you improve your shot.
What's in the box?
It comes in this box here, and inside is the real treat, and that's this Pelican case, which is really cool. So no matter what you do with this thing, you'll probably end up keeping this case. It has a real clear, simple manual which pretty much describes everything, and then the rest of the instructions you will get from the app that you download that works with this unit. You get a USB charging cable to charge the unit, and you get an alternate mounting thing. I think it's maybe like a quick detach. What we're here for is this thing here, which we already have mounted on an Airsoft Action Sport Games CZ-P09. And what this does is, in some magic way, it helps sense how you're pulling through your shot. So if you're jerking the trigger, if you're aiming the gun down, if you're swaying left or right, it will determine that. And like I mentioned, the app that you download, the companion app for this, will give you the readouts for each and every shot, and as well as a combined score.
Is that waterproof? Well, I mean, just if I want to practice when I'm on the river.
Okay.
You know. I mean,
so full disclosure, this device was sent to me from MantisX. It's around $150, I believe. But we're gonna try it out, go outside, try it on a few different systems, start off with this CO2 pistol and move on to other platforms if it works well on here. So let's get out there. Oh yeah.
Wow, it's really high.
Oh, I see. Oh, you can see the pattern though of your shots. Let's see, I think if we hit learn,
it'll tell you kind of like the overall.
It's telling you right there. You're
breaking wrist down, pushing forward. Well, if I'm breaking the wrist down and pushing forward, it means that I'm probably doing a little bit of this in anticipation.
Yeah.
Of like.
Yeah. Let's see. You could see your kind of trigger press versus hold movement, and then they'll show you each shot what you're doing right before the shot. So, but you could look at your movement pattern for each shot. Yes. Let's start. Got a Action Sports CZ-P09 CO2 mag, 0.3 gram BBs, and we're shooting at a little target 4 inches in diameter, 35, 40 feet maybe. What the hell? Malfunction. Yeah, for me it's all up and down for some reason. Because when I was shooting yesterday, same thing, pretty much I'm just dipping down. This thing's like insane. But
So is that tracking the entire movement right there, like those squiggly lines, as to like where?
2 seconds before the shot, during the shot, like the yellow I think is the actual trigger squeeze.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple seconds after. And also what we're doing here is shooting stationary everything. What we should try is drawing from a holster and shooting and see how good your shot is at that point, because that's when it really matters, because everyone can stand here and just hold a tight grip as you pull through the trigger pull and you'll get a high score. Maybe we'll try that next.
Draw from a simulated holster, which will actually just be our pockets, because that's what the real gunfighters use now. Holsters are overrated. So we will take one draw, fire 2 shots, and then reholster. So that 5 times to see if the second shot is more accurate than the first shot, and also to see if the drawing and extending of your arms actually affects your overall score, which I'm sure it will greatly. Oh, this should be awkward drawing from pocket, right? Here we go.
double miss, or did you clip it on the first
I
one?
clipped it on the first one. Ooh, that score.
Don't look at it.
I know. Last one. It's gonna be real good for you guys.
Oh no.
One more time. Double miss. Top left, top right. That was horrible.
Real good for you guys.
Oh, dude, look at that one.
Oh.
Oh, that was horrible. I like literally watched my shots. I was like, okay, that was. I think having something like this can definitely help kind of break you of that. Right.
It's basically just mapping out what you did. That's crazy. Once you understand what it is, I think it's pretty cool.
You're on your way to 7-Eleven, you're minding your own business.
Some thugs! I killed one of them.
That's right. You got a walk going on with it and everything? Yours is the opposite. Your second shot's always better.
Because that makes sense. You don't know what the hell you're doing, and then the second one you get to line up your sights.
Yeah.
Gangsters. Took a while on that lineup and still missed. Oh, just missed over the top.
Round 2 goes to BrainExploder.
Slapping trigger. Well, we're shooting fast, so that would happen, I guess.
Oh, is that what it's telling you? You're slapping the trigger?
Possible. Well, that's for that shot. Let's see. Stop will get my average score. A little better.
63?
Breaking wrist down, pushing forward. That's pretty much been my cause the whole time I've tried this thing. It's always dipping down. So we're gonna change this to dry firing and see if that picks up airsoft dry fire.
So I'll just do kind of like a low ready.
Hey, it scored it.
Yeah.
That's crazy because
That is crazy.
there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
There's not really any movement, it's just the sound, I suppose.
Wow.
Nuts.
It's like in real time too.
Yeah, and it doesn't pick up it's not the sound either, because when you rack the slide, it doesn't,
like it doesn't
register
change.
anything.
That was a horrible shot, by the way.
Horrible.
I was watching that.
No,
I wasn't even looking. I was like, does it do it in real time?
That's amazing. I don't know how the hell it's picking up the dry fire.
I don't either.
There's nothing significant happening. There's no movement. The sound is less than that of a...
I mean, this is just as loud as the trigger pull, too.
And way more movement, so... Every time, 5 in a row.
That's crazy.
I want to see what it takes for it to
like not
have a
work
false positive.
right or yeah.
Because that's one thing they mentioned is like try to avoid some of these things, so you don't set it off. But let me see. I want to cock the hammer and see if it. I'm sure it will.
It did it.
Wait. What? That's nuts. Obviously, I was not aiming. But
Yeah.
What if see double action? Yep.
Oh.
You could really see what you're doing wrong here because there's so much movement.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is really crazy.
You'd think it was like linked into the gun the way it's picking up just the trigger pull. All this other stuff doesn't do
Doesn't
anything.
know. Yeah. It's not trying anything.
Even holding the trigger down doesn't do it. It's only picking up exactly what it's supposed to be picking. That's crazy because an accelerometer, if that's what it's using, which I guess maybe it's not, or sound activation, well, both of those would have been triggered with this, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is an airsoft pistol, so it's
Exactly. It's not even a real
designed for
steel.
that.
Right.
We don't have like a firing pin necessarily. Since this thing works so well dry firing on the pistol, we're trying to dry fire a gas blowback rifle. This is my KJ M4 from a million years ago. and when you shoot it, it makes almost no sound. So let's see how that goes. It went. I could see all my wobbling happening. Yep, I went up. Man, it's crazy. I could see what I did wrong right before I shot it.
And then it registered that.
It shows up. Oh wait, it just picked up a false something.
It did?
Yeah, look at that, 9.9.
Ah.
When I went to copy it. Let's see here again. So the bolt rack on the GBB rifle is a little more likely to give you a false reading.
No.
Alright, so we're gonna pick rifle. Gonna pick CO2 again. You could actually choose the gun. We'll go AR. And 22 LR is probably the closest. Just go with that. And then we'll hit train.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is try the system with a gas blowback rifle. It's not really programmed into that app to use. So what we have it set as is a 22 long rifle AR. And we'll see how the scores compare. Shots. Oh no, 7? What?
Keep going, dude.
There's more! Oh, it didn't register. I think I shot 11, honestly.
And we picked up 7 of them.
Yeah, interesting.
Picked up all the good ones at least.
So the first time when we tested this, we weren't recording and it picked up all 10. So this time it did not, which is interesting.
So the previous round when we shot, we had the sensor mounted at the bottom, and the natural place to place your hand is in front of it. So there's a setting where you could change to where the sensor's mounted, and we put on top, change the setting. So we'll see if it tracks better now that the sensor's on top. Let's try it.
Yeah, it's not tracking. There, it did. Didn't track every shot again.
Again, 7 shots out of about 11 shots.
Yep. There's no other setting for it, is there?
Well, we could change it to dry fire possibly.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. Still
Missed
2
2.
missed. Interesting.
Okay, so it's having trouble with the GBB, either mounted top, bottom, dry fire, picking the 22 LR setting. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're gonna try something that this thing is clearly not designed for, and that's an AG electric airsoft gun. We have the sensor on top. We just calibrated it as per the app's requirement. Gonna hit start, put in the mag, and see if it picks anything up.
Not picking it up very
No,
well.
4 shots. That was definitely more than 4 shots.
Yeah.
Let's try dry fire.
All right. Zero.
Whoa, okay, so CO2. Well, is there any sense in trying live fire? We might as well.
Yeah, let's see what happens. You're cleared hot.
Nerp.
Nada.
Even if maybe you're an AG user, you could have a GBB that's used for training, for dry firing and whatever, just improving your trigger pull and your consistency, your grip, all that stuff. So even for AG users, there's application for this tool.
So we're back from our tests. I can tell you initial impressions from me, I think this is a great training tool for pistols. I noticed that looking at the results on what I saw the app came up with are very consistent to some of the problems I definitely face shooting. When I shoot real steel, really what it notices is that your body can kind of put almost like a false push forward anticipating the shot, which is something that I've been working on, and I think having a system like that would help. That was the very first impression from the pistol, and I was really impressed with that. All right.
Extremely surprised how well this thing tracks. Dry firing an airsoft pistol, the way it functions is different from a real steel pistol, obviously. But this thing was picking up every single shot. It would not pick up any false negatives like cracking the slide. I was just waving around, banging on stuff. Worked perfectly on the airsoft pistol. So even, I mean, if you're a real steel shooter, you could train and save tons on ammo and range time, and just you could sit on your couch and just practice shooting at like a lamp or something in your house. Airsoft, it's much easier to practice. Obviously, you can just go in your backyard if you happen to have a backyard, which not everyone does either. But even then, you gotta load up your gas mags, you gotta load up BBs, you're making a big mess, you're putting holes in walls. Here, you could throw this thing on, dry fire it again, same thing, you're just doing nothing, you're just sitting there and practicing shooting. You could practice drawing and aiming and shooting. All these things that would actually be applicable, in an airsoft game. Maybe switching guns, you could go from rifle to pistol and see how accurate or how well you pull through that trigger on the first shot.
If you hold the pistol out and you wait like 8 seconds, you're gonna get a great score. But when you have to react quickly and like come from a unready position into fire, and you want to take less than a couple seconds to do this, then you'll see your scores be dramatically affected just by that action of drawing the pistol.
I mean, it'd be interesting to put this thing on in an airsoft game and use it the whole game and then just track back your stats. So if you're looking to improve your shot or figure out what's wrong with your shot, a lot of this stuff is hard to figure out on your own because it's a trial and error. I'm going to try to push forward on the shooter. I'm going to try to anticipate the recoil. I'm going to try to be surprised by the break of the trigger. Here you could try all these things and instantly see how that registers on the chart, and you can see, oh, that works. When I do this, I get I have a more consistent shot. So I'll try doing that.
I think something else that's really cool about this system and its potential is that because it's app-based, there could always be updates later down the road.
Right.
If they basically tested these with gas blowback rifles and collected the data to understand how a gas blowback rifle works, that's not to say they couldn't add that into the app later as an actual functionality.
So thanks for watching, and you'll see us on the next one.
Now what you're dealing with here is a true tool for operators. This is the operator system to get. If you want to kill the baddies, you gotta get the MantisX.